For 1,000 years, they were separated by betrayal, divided by pain, and consumed by their own private agonies. But fate, cruel, relentless fate, was about to force them back together. Two souls that were once perfectly united, now irreparably broken. One seeking redemption through sacrifice, the other armored in ice and rage. When unstoppable force meets immovable object, when love collides with hate, when the betrayer faces the betrayed, the entire universe holds its breath. This is part 3, the love-hate war, and nothing will ever be the same. The Sanctuary of First Light, the holiest place in Guardian civilization. Built at the dawn of their world, this temple held artifacts of unimaginable power, protected by the most elite guardians. For the past 3 centuries, Aelia had been its keeper, and now she waited. She stood in the central chamber, where the crown of final dawn rested upon its ancient pedestal. The crown, a circlet of crystallized sunrise, holding the very first light that ever touched their world. The final piece Kaelen needed. Aelia, staring at the crown, voice quiet. Tomorrow he'll come. After 950 years, I'll see his face again. Her hand unconsciously moved to her chest, to the scar where their bond had been. Even after nearly a millennium, the phantom pain remained, a constant reminder of what she'd lost. Aelia. Voice hardening. What will I say to him? What words exist for the man who destroyed everything? Hello? I've missed you? Why did you do it? She turned away from the crown, moving to the sanctuary's observation window. Outside, the twin moons hung in perfect alignment, just as they had on the night of the betrayal. Aelia. No words. He deserves no words, only judgment. But even as she said it, a treacherous part of her heart whispered a different truth. You want answers. You need to understand. Because even after 950 years, you still don't know why. Aelia, whispering to her reflection. I hate him. I hate him with every fractured piece of my soul, so why does the thought of seeing him again make my hands shake? While Aelia wrestled with her emotions, Kaelen stood at the sanctuary's outer boundary. The journey had taken everything from him. He looked wrong. The tear of starlight glowed in his chest, fighting constantly against the corruption of the heart of abyss embedded in his palm. Light and darkness warred within him, making his form flicker between states. His brands writhed more violently than ever. His eyes, one still violet, one now permanently crimson, reflected the internal battle consuming him. Kaelen, voice hoarse, talking to himself. Just a little longer. Hold together just a little longer. The crown. Get the crown. Activate the convergence. Save her. Then it's over. He took a step toward the sanctuary gates. They opened without resistance. No guards, no barriers, no resistance. An invitation. Kaelen. Suspicious. She knows. Of course she knows. Aelia always was 3 steps ahead of everyone. He walked through the gates, each step heavier than the last. Not from physical exhaustion, immortals didn't tire that way, but from the crushing weight of what was to come. Kaelen. Internal monologue. What will she look like? Will she still have that fire in her eyes, or will they be cold? Dead? Did I kill that light permanently? Will she try to destroy me the moment she sees me? Do I even have the right to defend myself? The sanctuary's inner doors loomed before him, massive, ancient, carved with the history of Guardian civilization, including, he noticed with a knife twist of pain, a relief depicting the sacred bond ceremony. 2 figures, joined hands, united forever, a lie, a promise he'd shattered. Kaelen, touching the carving. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to make it right, even if you hate me forever. At least you'll be whole. He pushed the doors open, and there she was. Time itself seemed to freeze. Aelia stood in the center of the sanctum, exactly where she'd been standing when he betrayed her 1,000 years ago. The same position, the same spot. Deliberate. She looked both exactly as he remembered and completely different. Still beautiful, devastatingly so, but cold. Her luminescent patterns were cracked, but reinforced with ice blue light. Her eyes, once warm gold, now pale amber glass, her posture rigid, military, defensive. She was armor and ice, and controlled fury. Aelia. Voice cutting through silence like a blade. Hello, Kaelen, it's been a while. Those words, so casual, so controlled, hiding an ocean of pain beneath their surface. Kaelen couldn't speak. His voice had abandoned him. For 1,000 years he'd imagined this moment, but nothing could have prepared him for the reality of seeing her face again. Kaelen. Barely audible. Aelia, Aelia. Interrupting. Save it, I know why you're here. The crown of final dawn, the ethereal convergence, your pathetic attempt at redemption. I know everything. She began to circle him slowly, like a predator assessing prey. Her eyes catalogued every detail, the brands covering his skin, the corruption spreading from his palm, the light glowing in his chest, the state of his decay. Aelia. You look terrible. The years haven't been kind. Good. Kaelen. I deserve worse. Aelia, stopping, surprised by his agreement. Yes, you do. Silence stretched between them, 1,000 unspoken words, 1,000 years of pain, all compressed into this single moment. Aelia. Voice shaking slightly, betraying emotion. Why, Kaelen? That's all I want to know. Why did you do it? Was it greed? Power? Did you simply stop loving me? Was I not enough? And there it was, the question that had haunted her for nearly a millennium, the wound that had never healed. Kaelen. Voice breaking. No, Aelia, you were everything. You are everything. I never stopped. Aelia. Voice rising, anger breaking through. Don't you dare tell me you loved me. Love doesn't destroy. Love doesn't betray. Love doesn't shatter your soulmate's essence and then disappear for 1,000 years. Her control was cracking. The Ice Queen's mask was fracturing, revealing the raw, bleeding wound beneath. Aelia. Do you know what you did to me? Do you have any idea what it's like to have your very essence torn apart, to feel the bond, the thing that defined your entire existence, snap like a broken string, to look into the eyes of the person you trusted most in the universe and see a monster? Kaelen. Tears streaming down his face. I know exactly what it's like, because I feel it too, Aelia, every second of every day for 1,000 years. The bond breaking didn't just hurt you, it destroyed me too. Aelia, laughing bitterly. Poor Kaelen, the betrayer suffers. How tragic. How unfair. Kaelen. I'm not asking for your pity, I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm just trying to make it right. Aelia. Voice dangerous. Make it right? You think finding some ancient artifacts and performing a ritual makes it right? You think restoring my essence erases what you did? Kaelen. No, nothing erases it. Nothing makes it right, but it's all I have. It's the only thing I can do. He took a step toward her. She immediately stepped back, hand raised defensively. Aelia. Don't. Come. Closer. Kaelen. Stopping, respecting her boundary. The convergence can heal you, completely. Restore what I broke. Give you back what I took. Yes, it costs my existence, my complete dissolution, but that's a price I'll pay gladly. Happily, let me do this one thing, this one right thing, please. For a moment, just a heartbeat, something flickered in Aelia's eyes. Not forgiveness, not understanding, but all consideration. Then her expression hardened again. Aelia. No. The single word hung in the air like a death sentence. Kaelen. Confused. What? Aelia. I said no. You don't get to play hero. You don't get redemption. You don't get to sacrifice yourself and erase your guilt. You suffer. That was my judgment 950 years ago, and it stands now. Kaelen. Desperation entering his voice. Aelia, please, this isn't about me. It's about healing you, about making you whole again. Aelia. Voice cold. I don't want to be healed by you. I don't want anything from you. I've lived with this pain for 1,000 years. It's part of me now. It defines me, and I'd rather stay broken forever than accept anything from the man who shattered me." Kaelen staggered as if physically struck. "Kaelen, you can't mean that. You're in pain, constant pain. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you hold yourself. The fractures in your essence are slowly killing you. Without intervention, you have maybe another 1,000 years before—" "Aelia." Voice rising. "Before what? I fade away. Good. At least then the pain stops. At least then I don't have to wake up every morning and remember what it felt like to be whole. Kaelen, I won't let you die, not when I have the power to save you. Aelia, you don't get a choice. You lost the right to make decisions for me the night you drove that essence siphon into my chest." The air itself crackled with tension. Both their powers were manifesting unconsciously, his shadows and corrupted light, her fractured radiance, swirling around them like a storm. "Kaelen." Voice low, determined. "Then I'll take the crown by force. I didn't come this far to fail now." Aelia. Smile without warmth. "There it is, the real Kaelen. When persuasion fails, take what you want. Just like you took my essence, just like you took my trust, just like you took everything from me." Kaelen. "That's not fair, and you know it." Aelia. "Fair? You want to talk about fair? Nothing about this is fair. So yes, Kaelen, try to take the crown, give me a reason to destroy you. I've been waiting 1,000 years for this." She raised her hands. Power, cold, sharp, furious, manifested around her. Not the warm, golden light of the Keeper of Dawn, but something harder, ice and crystallized rage. Kaelen raised his own hands defensively. Shadow and corrupted light swirled around him, the tear and heart battling within him even as he prepared to battle her. "Kaelen, I don't want to fight you." Aelia, "Then you'll lose, because I've wanted nothing else." They exploded into motion simultaneously. Aelia struck first, crystalline spears of frozen light launching toward Kaelen. He shadow-stepped, phasing through them, reappearing behind her. She'd anticipated it, already spinning, her hand trailing ice that formed a barrier. He slammed into it, the impact sending shockwaves through the sanctum. Aelia, voice cold during combat. "Predictable, you always favored shadow-stepping." Kaelen, releasing shadow tendrils that grappled with her ice. "And you always countered 3 moves ahead." Some things don't change. They danced around each other, a deadly ballet they'd once performed in perfect harmony during training exercises. But now every move was meant to hurt, to wound, to destroy. Aelia created a storm of frozen light, thousands of razor-sharp shards. Kaelen countered with a shield of compressed shadow, the shards embedded in the shield, both constructs holding, neither giving ground. Aelia, straining against his defense. 1,000 years, Kaelen. 1,000 years I've trained, adapted, evolved. I'm not the same guardian you betrayed. Kaelen, straining equally. Neither am I. I've fought things that would make elder guardians flee. Survived realms that would shatter your mind. I will get that crown. The shield shattered. Both were thrown backward by the explosion of conflicting energies. They recovered instantly, charging at each other. Close combat now, no more distance attacks. Aelia's hands glowed with frozen light, each strike leaving frostburns. Kaelen's movements wreathed in shadow, phasing slightly out of reality to avoid her blows. A punch. Blocked. Counter-strike, dodged, kick, caught, reversal, escape. They knew each other too well, every fighting style, every tell, every weakness. Aelia, landing a glancing blow to his shoulder. You taught me that move, remember? In the training grounds 1,200 years ago, you said always protect your left side. Kaelen, countering with a shadow bind that she immediately broke. And you taught me that counter. Never assume a bind will hold. We were perfect together, Aelia. Aelia, voice breaking mid-combat. We were, and you destroyed it. You destroyed us. She unleashed a massive surge of power, raw, uncontrolled fury. Kaelen was forced to absorb it with both artifacts. The tear of starlight in his chest flared, the heart of abyss in his palm pulsed, light and darkness swirling around him as he channeled her attack. But it was too much. He was driven to his knees. Aelia, standing over him, power manifested for a killing blow. It ends now. Your quest, your redemption, everything. It ends. Her hand raised. Frozen light condensed into a spear, aimed at his heart, or rather, where the tear of starlight glowed. One strike and it was over. But she hesitated. Her hand trembled. The spear flickered. Aelia, voice shaking. Why aren't you defending yourself? Fight back. Use those artifacts. Do something. Kaelen, looking up at her, completely vulnerable. No. If this is what you need, if killing me will give you peace, then do it. I won't stop you. Aelia, don't you dare use reverse psychology on me. Don't you dare try to manipulate. Kaelen, I'm not manipulating anything. I'm tired, Aelia. So tired. 950 years of running, fighting, suffering, searching, all for a chance to fix what I broke. But if you don't want to be fixed, if you'd rather have your vengeance, then take it. I won't blame you. Tears streamed down both their faces now. Aelia, voice breaking, I should kill you. I should end you right here. Why can't I do it? Why can't I just let go? Kaelen, because part of you still wants to know. Why I did it, the real reason. Aelia, then tell me. Stop hiding behind cryptic nonsense and tell me the truth. Kaelen took a deep, shuddering breath, the moment he'd both dreaded and needed for 1,000 years. Kaelen, the void entity, it came to me in visions, showed me your death, over and over and over. You, consumed by darkness, your light extinguished, screaming my name while I stood helpless. It promised me the power to prevent it, the knowledge to seal it away permanently. But the price was breaking our bond. Using the essence siphon, betraying you at the moment of convergence when your defenses were lowest. Aelia's spear flickered, nearly dissolving from shock. Aelia. What? Kaelen. I thought I was saving you. I thought by betraying you, by breaking the bond and absorbing the void's knowledge, I could trap the entity within myself, become a living prison, spare you from being devoured. I chose temporary betrayal over your permanent death. He laughed bitterly, the sound hollow and broken. Kaelen. But it was all a lie. The moment the bond broke, the entity vanished. Gone. Like it had never been there. I realized then, it never wanted to devour you. It wanted something far worse. It wanted the strongest bond in Guardian history destroyed. Because that bond was the only thing powerful enough to stop it when it eventually returned. Aelia, staggering back. No, you're lying. You're making excuses. Kaelen, I wish I was. I wish I betrayed you for power, or greed, or madness. Because then it would mean something. But I betrayed you for nothing. I destroyed us based on a lie. I've spent 1,000 years trying to fix a mistake that should never have happened. He stood, slowly, painfully, the brands on his skin writhing violently with his emotions. Kaelen. So yes, Aelia, kill me if you want. I deserve it. I destroyed you for a threat that didn't exist. I broke the one perfect thing in my life because I was manipulated by an entity older and crueler than anything I could comprehend. And I've paid for it every single second since. But before I die, let me at least give you back what I took. Let the convergence restore you. Please. Aelia stood frozen, not from her power, but from the weight of revelation crashing down on her. Aelia, voice small, vulnerable, you did it. To protect me. Kaelen. I thought I was. I was wrong, so catastrophically wrong, but yes. I thought I was saving your life. The spear in her hand dissolved completely. Her legs gave out. She collapsed to her knees, the Ice Queen's armor finally, completely shattering. Aelia, 1,000 years. 1,000 years I convinced myself you were a monster, that you never loved me, that I meant nothing to you. It was the only way I could survive, the only way I could function. I built walls of ice around my heart because believing you were evil was easier than believing you might have had a reason. She looked up at him, and for the first time in nearly a millennium, her eyes showed the girl she'd once been. Vulnerable, confused, hurt beyond measure. Aelia. And now you tell me you did it out of love? Out of desperation to save me? How am I supposed to process that? How am I supposed to reconcile the man who destroyed me with the man who was trying to protect me? Kaelen, kneeling before her, not touching, respecting her space. You don't have to. You don't have to forgive me. You don't have to understand. You just have to let me fix what I broke. That's all. Let the convergence restore your essence. Then I'll be gone, dissolved, and you can go back to hating my memory without the complication of me being alive. Aelia, tears streaming. But I don't want to hate you. That's the horrible truth. Even after everything, even after 1,000 years of building walls and armor and ice, I don't want to hate you. But I don't know how to not hate you. The pain is all I have left of what we were. Kaelen reached out slowly, giving her every chance to pull away, and gently wiped a tear from her cheek. She flinched but didn't retreat. Kaelen, then let go of the pain. Let me give you that, at least. A life without constant agony. A chance to be whole again. Aelia, grabbing his hand, holding it to her face. And lose you forever. Never know what we could have been if we'd just talked. If you'd trusted me with the truth instead of making the decision alone. Kaelen, I know, that's my greatest regret. Not the betrayal itself, but doing it alone. Not trusting you enough to face the threat together. I was so terrified of losing you that I destroyed us trying to save you. As they knelt there, caught between love and hate, past and present, a tremor ran through the sanctum. Both froze. Aelia, looking around. What was that? Kaelen, face paling. No, it can't be. Not yet, not now. Another tremor, stronger, the very fabric of reality rippling. Aelia. Kaelen, what's happening? Kaelen, standing, pulling her up. The void entity. When I took the heart of Abyss, I damaged its essence. I thought I'd set it back centuries. But I was wrong. It's here. It's coming. And it's angry. The sanctuary's walls began to crack. Through the fissures, darkness seeped. Not natural shadow, but something alive and malevolent. Aelia. The entity you mentioned, it's real. Kaelen. Very real. And it's been waiting for this moment. When we're together. When our bond, even broken, is in proximity. It's been orchestrating this from the beginning. Horror dawned on Aelia's face. Aelia, the quest for the artifacts, the crown being here, in my sanctuary, this confrontation. We've been dancing to its tune the entire time. Kaelen, it wanted us together, weakened, emotionally compromised. Because united, even broken, we're still dangerous to it. But divided, fighting each other, we're vulnerable. A voice, ancient, amused, terrible, echoed through the sanctuary. Void entity, distorted, coming from everywhere. The broken toys finally understand. How delightful. Tell me, Aelia, keeper of faded dawn, does it hurt? Knowing that even your 1,000-year separation was part of my design, Aelia, manifesting her power. Show yourself, coward. Void entity. Oh, I shall. I've waited so long for this meal. The essence of two bonded guardians, one fractured, one corrupted, will sustain me for eons. Thank you both for making it so easy. The darkness coalesced, forming the massive, terrible shape of the void entity. Hundreds of eyes, multiple mouths, writhing tendrils of pure malevolence. It had come to finish what it started 1,000 years ago. Kaelen, stepping protectively in front of Aelia. You'll have to go through me first. Aelia, moving to stand beside him. Through us. For the first time in 1,000 years, they stood side by side, not united by love, not healed of their wounds, but bound by a common enemy. The entity laughed. Void entity. How touching. The betrayer and the betrayed, standing together one last time. It won't save you. Your bond is broken. You're fractured, weak, delicious. Kaelen, glancing at Aelia. Remember the convergence strike? From our training days. Aelia, understanding immediately. We haven't performed that in over 1,000 years, and it required the bond to... Kaelen. The bond is broken, not gone. The scar remains. If we synchronize through the pain instead of through the love, it might work. Aelia. That's insane. It could kill us both. Kaelen, slight smile. Got a better idea? Despite everything, the pain, the betrayal, the 1,000 years of separation, Aelia found herself smiling back. Aelia, let's kill this thing, then we'll deal with everything else. They raised their hands together, her frozen light, his corrupted shadow, powers that should never harmonize, but through the scar of their broken bond, they found a frequency, not love, not unity, but shared pain, mutual suffering, the understanding of two people who'd both been destroyed by the same lie. Kaelen and Aelia, speaking simultaneously. Convergent strike, shattered unity. Light and shadow, ice and corruption, dawn and twilight, all converged into a single beam of devastating power. It struck the void entity directly. The creature screamed, a sound that shattered windows and cracked stone. But it didn't die. Void entity, wounded but alive. Impressive, but insufficient. You're still broken, still fractured. You need more power. You need, Kaelen, realizing, the crown, the final artifact. If we add it to the convergent strike instead of using it for healing, Aelia. We could generate enough power to destroy it, but that wasn't what the artifacts were meant for. The combination might, Kaelen, kill us both, I know. But if we don't stop it here, it will consume our entire civilization. Aelia looked at the crown of final dawn on its pedestal, then at Kaelen, then at the entity advancing toward them, wounded but recovering rapidly. Aelia, so our choice is, use the crown to heal me and let you die, or use it to fight the entity and probably both die. Kaelen, not really a choice at all. Aelia, surprising herself, no, it's not. She ran to the pedestal, grabbing the crown. It ignited in her hands, pure crystallized sunrise, the first light that ever touched their world. She turned back to Kaelen, the crown blazing between them. Aelia, if we're doing this, we're doing it together. No more secrets, no more sacrifices made alone, together, like we should have been all along. Kaelen, emotion overwhelming him. Together. They stood back to back, the crown between them, their broken bond pulsing with borrowed power from the artifact. The void entity lunged, tendrils extended, mouths open, ready to devour. Aelia, on three. Kaelen, on three. Both. 1, 2, 3. They raised the crown together. It exploded with blinding radiance, the light of creation itself. But something unexpected happened. The crown didn't just amplify their power, it completed a circuit, the tear of starlight in Kaelen's chest, the heart of abyss in his palm, the crown of final dawn in both their hands. All three artifacts, united for the first time since the dawn of Guardian civilization. Kaelen, realizing, Aelia, let go. The artifacts are activating the convergence. If you hold on, you'll be pulled into the dissolution with me. Aelia, I know, I'm not letting go. Kaelen, what? No, you don't understand. The convergence will dissolve both of us. You'll die. Aelia, gripping tighter, her eyes locked on his. I understand perfectly. 1,000 years ago, you made a choice alone. A terrible, misguided choice out of love and fear. You didn't trust me to face the danger with you. Well, I'm making a choice now too, and I choose to face this together, no matter what happens. Even if it means dissolution, I'm not letting you sacrifice yourself alone. Not again. Kaelen, voice breaking. Aelia, please. Aelia, we end this, together, as we always should have. As we were always meant to, united against the darkness. That's what the bond was supposed to mean. The three artifacts began to merge, their energies spiraling together. Starlight, abyss, dawn, the complete spectrum of existence. The void entity, sensing the danger, attacked with desperate fury. But it was too late. Kaelen and Aelia, voices harmonizing for the first time in 1,000 years. Ethereal convergence, final unity. The explosion of power that followed was beyond description. Pure white light merged with absolute darkness, creating something that had never existed before. A perfect balance of all forces. The blast struck the void entity. For the first time in its ancient, terrible existence, the entity felt something it had never known. Fear. Void entity, screaming as it dissolved, no. This is impossible. You're broken, fractured. You can't. Its words dissolved into nothingness. The entity, ancient enemy of the Guardians, was being erased from existence. but so were Aelia and Kaelen. As the convergence energy engulfed them, they turned to face each other one last time. Kaelen, I'm sorry for everything, for the betrayal, for not trusting you, for 1,000 years of pain. Aelia, smiling through tears. I know, and I'm sorry too, for the coldness, for the hate, for not trying to understand. Kaelen, do you think there's anything after? For us? Aelia, reaching for his hand as they both begin to dissolve into light. I don't know, but if there is, find me. And this time, we'll do it right. Kaelen, gripping her hand as their forms become transparent. I promise, no secrets, no lies, no sacrifices made alone. Aelia, just us, together. Their hands clasped. After 1,000 years of separation, they were finally truly touching again. And as the light consumed them completely, as their forms dissolved into pure energy, as they both surrendered to the final sacrifice, something impossible happened. The broken bond between them, that shattered, fractured connection that had defined their separation, reignited. Not with golden light as before, but with something new, something forged in pain and betrayal and forgiveness and choice, a bond of silver white, stronger than it had ever been before, because it was no longer based on perfect unity, but on conscious choice, on forgiveness, on facing darkness together. The last thing either of them saw was each other's face, smiling as they dissolved into light together. The sanctuary of first light collapsed, the void entity was destroyed, and Aelia and Kaelen were gone. The Guardian civilization mourned, two of their greatest warriors lost in a single moment. The broken bond that had defined an era finally ended. But in the ruins of the sanctuary, something remained. A single seed of light, silver white, pulsing with a rhythm like two hearts beating in perfect synchronization. The Guardians didn't know what it was, didn't understand what it meant. They placed it in a sacred chamber, protected it, and waited. Because sometimes the end is not really the end. Sometimes betrayal is the painful path to true understanding. Sometimes you have to break completely to rebuild stronger. And sometimes, just sometimes, love is powerful enough to transcend even dissolution itself. They sacrificed everything to save their world. They dissolved into light together, united at last. But the silver seed remains, pulsing with mysterious power. What will emerge? Will they return? Or is this truly the end? The answer lies in Part 4, the path of penance, where the truth behind the silver seed will change everything you thought you knew about sacrifice, redemption, and the true meaning of eternal love. They died together, or did they? That silver seed is the key to everything. What do you think it means? Drop your theories in the comments, and you need to subscribe right now because Part 4 reveals the shocking truth about what happens when two souls sacrifice themselves for love. You will not believe where this story goes next. Click that notification bell because Part 4 drops soon and it's going to blow your mind.